left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
When I came in, right, here we go. Can you hear me now? This is through my webcam rather than my microphone, which is fine. We'll get that out of the way. But yeah, that's really weird because when I came in, it was showing that it was working. Yes, indeed. Clearly a silent live. If only I knew more sign language, yeah, I could deal with that. My sister had to use that when she was younger, so you would think that I kind of knew it, but no. And even, you know, it's been a while since my niece was doing the baby sign language, so they're currently teaching that to my new niece, Sophie. So yeah, maybe I'll get back into a bit of that, but how the adult deaf community will like baby sign language, I don't really know. Anyway, I've always kind of wanted that in a way, like obviously sort of I'm speaking so they can hear, but oh, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the deaf community. They could put subtitles on, so they could read. And actually, I noticed in a few of my videos I do get that done, but but yeah, I always love it when like you see concerts with the sign language. So yeah, I would kind of like to be able to do that. I'm very sort of what's the word, active with my hands. I think there's like another word for it when you sort of talk and use your hands. So yeah, so I kind of feel like I could do that, but yeah, I don't know enough sign language at all to be able to do that. BSL versus ASL. Yes, exactly. It was British Sign Language and American Sign Language, is that ASL? Yes, it's so interesting, like sort of that there's even differences in that as a language. I didn't realise it until I can't remember who I was talking to that about, but yeah, it was like a couple of years ago when it sort of came up in conversation with someone. I don't know if it was one of my clients or something when I do my teaching, because obviously sort of I get into like a lot of talking about when like I've done like virtual teaching and things like that, and how yeah, sort of kind of difficult I find it, and sort of the that I find that I end up sort of changing the language that I use and things like that. So yeah, so then sort of kind of thinking about kind of sign language into that as well. Yeah, I just find it all very interesting. Jen said that's why the fake translator was wild. He spoke all language, oral and signed. Fake as in he made up that he was a translator, or as in he wasn't deaf and then signed? I don't know the story behind that. So that's a whole deep dive. Protest. No, you're fine. Sorry, you cut off yesterday. I know, so annoying, honestly. Like, so anyone, I don't know if we really spoke about it when I was doing my lives last weekend, but we spoke about it in the pub before and a bit after, about the possibility of Scientology putting like blockers on so that you couldn't get a signal, which I never really sort of believed that. And then yesterday, literally, I was, what was I, like 15 minutes into streaming, and then my signal went. Now my 4G seemed to be working very well. That was coming up on my phone, but I was, you know, I was all in a bit of a tears, and I sort of, I'm not very good when I get like that, and I sort of forget all the kind of basics that I could have done, because I could have put it on my other phone that had the 4G, like my StreamYard, and then sort of like stream from that. But I was like, you know, sort of thinking like sort of the whole protest will be done by the time, yeah, by the time I sort of like get it up and running again. So that's when I just sort of like videoed it. So tonight I will show you the video that I did as well, and I will try and get up the beginning part, because I kind of want it to be all one video, and then I will take off the I won't like delete the other video, I'll just sort of remove that from my channel, like so it can't be seen, because you know I don't need to have like 2 videos about it. But yeah, so it's like really weird, and it took quite a while for my phone to be able to like sync with the other one, like with the Wi-Fi. I had to get out like the other side of London. It was really weird. So I don't know if there was something to do with like this sort of church where we were, that like put some block wrong, or if it was some like weird thing with my phone. There was an Arsenal match going on, and we weren't too far from the stadium there. Yeah, so it was just like really weird. I like weird sort of conspiracy side comes into things. Jang says when Mandela spoke, he got on stage with all the dignitaries and faked it all. Oh, so my throat is going a bit weird then. I didn't know that. Interesting. Oh, or Tutti, is he? Interesting. That is so weird. Yes, Universal Church of the Kingdom of God. Don't realise what it stood for until like I went to like the protest yesterday, and yeah, it was someone that came to the Scientology one who sort of like told us all about it. And yeah, you know, and it's sort of like it's hard because I couldn't do much research before, but like I found like he like sent me sort of the links to this woman's page who's like started all these protests, so I was sort of reading through her stuff, and yeah, it's absolutely disgusting, like sort of what I found. So you can go on, let me just get up the thing. Oh no, there we go, I do have my Insta app. Let me get that up. And so that you can all go and check it out yourselves. It's called Surviving Surviving so UK. Yeah, so let me go back. Right, sorry, it's all a bit all over the place. Let me share my screen. Right, can you all see that? I'm going to look at my my phone to see that you can all see this, because I can't see you currently. Right, there we go. Yeah, so that's on the screen. So you can go and follow them and find out like a lot more. Now, is this lady Victoria Kalimbe, who the sorry, I'm getting my cults mixed up, who the protest was for, but the people, so this one that I'm clicking on, but the people doing the protest have also come out of the cult. The Rachel, who was there, she called it a cult, so I feel comfortable calling it that as well. Stop share. And yeah, so it's literally shocking. They have charity status in the UK, and on a Friday, she was saying, which you will see a lot more in the video, on a Friday they hold exorcisms, which is crazy because, like, you know, sort of like you hear about these things all the time from ex sort of members of such groups, churches and things, and you know, and like with many things, like you hear them from an American point of view, whereas like you don't really hear of exorcisms happening in the UK. Apart from the film The Exorcist, you know, so it's like it's very yeah, it was very, very weird for me, like hearing that and knowing that that is an actual thing. And like the whole, when we were there, like there was people walking in we had this like minute for silence at 2 o'clock, and yeah, it was very sort of powerful for me, like how many people were ex-members were there. And apparently, like the last time they did it, there was only 4 people, and there was, yeah, about sort of like 10 of us, 10, and but yeah, maybe about like 15 at the end, because there was other people that sort of were watching by the end of it, and then sort of like kind of spoke to a few of them. So I don't know like what their affiliation was, and there was like a couple of people filming and doing some documentary on it. So yeah, it's like really interesting. Yeah, sort of finding out about it. Hello, pup groomer, nice to see you. And hello, Joe, by the way, I didn't even say hello. Thank you very much for being here. I'm just going to put this up just to ensure that everyone likes the stream so that other people can see it. The weird thing, last protest, Jeff's live stream was perfect. As in quality wise, yes, exactly, yeah. I think Alex's was a bit funny. I don't know like what network people are on, so I'm on Tesco, which is like cheapy in the UK really, but yeah, like, I seem to have like really good coverage. But yeah, obviously like people are on 3 and EE, I think, and not actually the best signals for the UK. Joe says, I'm just looking up on Wikipedia, never heard of this group before, literally neither have I. And then I see that you've put down here that it's a Brazilian group. Now, not to like call anyone out, but on the stream from yesterday, Juliana put that it's a Brazilian group, and obviously I'd heard about that from yesterday. I didn't quite realise that they'd actually originated there. But yeah, like I felt really bad, like she said sorry, and it's like, you know, just because you're from some country doesn't mean that it's like your fault, and I did say that to her. But yeah, it's really sad, you know, sort of that kind of people feel that way. But yeah, and it's from what the lady was saying yesterday is that they have their centres at churches in low income, predominantly black, sort of, I don't really know because I don't like black areas, but like areas of, particularly of London, where there is low income and sort of minority families living there. And for this church in particular, it seems to be black sort of families are the ones that go there. Though going up in, I did notice like a few white people. So, but yeah, I get a bit weird, like saying sort of like kind of racial groups like that, because I prefer to be like, you know, sort of like African people and things like that. But obviously, yeah, sort of. You know, it can be sort of people from yeah, sort of like South America and oh my god, my countries have gone out of my head. Why Jamaica? Why am I not even thinking of these names? I do apologise. Jamaica and places like that, you know. So it's sort of, it's not just Africans. Obviously, but sorry, I'm rambling there because I get really like, I don't know sort of what people kind of prefer to be called. Hello, Witness, welcome. I'm glad to have you. You missed my technical difficulties at the start. Right, so I'm just going back up to some of the comments. Jen says a lot of high control groups with layers of front organisations. Yeah, exactly. I can imagine. Like I was saying to the girl yesterday that you know, sort of it's shocking for me having a small business, you know, and I call myself a social enterprise. I do a lot for giving back and things to projects around the world. But you know, I was saying to her, like, it's shocking for me that like there's not more sort of hoops that I've had to go through to be able to call myself that. Yeah, there's like, you know, like a lot of like discounts or things that I get because of I'm that. So yeah, so like for such a big organization that has death at its hands, because this girl, Victoria, she died through, you know, sort of mishandlings of the church. Um, and I do that because I don't, you know, sort of a real church, I don't think is something that causes harm on others. You know, I'm not sort of a big religious person, so I sort of don't, you know, sort of I don't have kind of an affiliation with that, and I don't uh, sort of have kind of much worry about sort of what's a church and what isn't. But anyway, it's more of a yeah, like, you know, these sort of groups that kind of get a lot more coverage of sort of like kind of doing good because they're called a church, that I sort of that's where I have the issues. Right, sorry, just going back through comments. I found December 2022 Guardian article. Oh, on this group. Yeah, they had said that there's been some coverage and there was like some other film that came out. So I'll be looking that up at some point. But it's yeah, sort of it's really yeah, I can't believe like sort of hasn't been more coverage. So that's why I was like, you know, I really want to, not that I knew before this how many people had gone, but now that I have, I'm like, you know, sort of I like to sort of give my voice to those who are in the minority of having a voice. So yeah, so I kind of want to stand quite close to them. And yeah, you know, it's like with sort of like all the garment workers stuff that I like to sort of give a voice to is those who don't have a voice to give, or are so shut away. Now, like when we turned up, well, when I got there, they were already over there starting because I was a bit late. But apparently there's all these shutters that you'll kind of see in the video that are down, which apparently they usually have up, particularly on a Saturday, because Saturday is their big like congregation thing, and they had them down because they were protesting, and I don't know if they were already down like when they got there or not, but yeah, potentially like they were already down. So you know, they act faster than Scientology. There's one thing there. Wonderful. Jen, I have black friends with family in COS. Oh, though NOI, I'll ask. So I'm not sure what that stands for. I'm not very good with acronyms. Oh, thank you very much for the top compliment. This is what I was talking about last week on Monday's pre-show. This is the a top that I made in the print that I designed and hand printed, and it's like it's very, very bad for what I think now, but it's like just a stretchy sort of polyester thing, like a sort of scuba, but it isn't really scuba, it's a thinner version of scuba. And then the print is like kind of 3D printed on there, so it's in this like puff print paste that you get. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Oh yes, Nation of Islam, sorry, I should have gotten that. I'm terrible with these acronyms. Oh, and Joe also says, have some rather subversive anti-cult stuff planned soon, but I can't say any more on that at the moment. Oh, that's really nice, Joe. Yeah, I'm liking sort of these kind of diverse out from sort of just sticking to like one sort of topic, although obviously mine is predominantly sort of sewing and clothing related, because that is kind of what I want to keep my channel about. I yeah, kind of I like to sort of obviously stream these projects and things. Thank you very much, Maya. Like it. Right now, so let me now what did I do before? Oh, because I had a video. Let me, sorry, 2 seconds, hopefully. I need to see how I downloaded this video last time to put up, because I forgot that's what I did. No, not there. Oh, editor. Here we go. You're having a behind the scenes what's it, chat along. How did I do this? Oh, 3 dots. No, I don't want to view you on YouTube. I want to options. There we go. Download. High CPU usage detected. Downloading. Oh, yes, you are. Doing something. Oh, right. Maybe I should have done that at the start. So let's. That's going to take a while. So I will just go to view on YouTube. Oh, I don't know. It's quickening up. It's always the way when I feel like when I threaten these things with being too slow, but then they. Let's got that just in time. Oh no! Ah, sorry. Right, we'll see how long that takes. So let's go to it's going to take 2 minutes left. Okay, if you all don't mind waiting for 2 minutes, we will have the downloaded version rather than me just sharing my screen, because I think my I lag a lot when I share the screen, because I can already see that my internet thing is looking a bit low on StreamYard. But yeah, so what I want to share also is to sort of obviously whenever you have time, is to contact the charity complaint or charity complaints commission, I think it is, to obviously sort of complain about the UCKG, because like I say, they are charity registered, and yet they have death at their hands, which I just think is disgusting. And it actually said on the front of their building, like sort of helping survivors or something, whereas actually they seem to be doing anything but helping. So yeah, it's quite. Let me go to downloads. Yeah. Now I do apologise if the sound suddenly comes on this, so I'll try to catch it. Should be coming. Oh yeah, here we go. So I arrived about sort of 1:45.
I know that secret. I was once where you are, UCKG member. I was 15 years old when I was an assistant. I was a baby.
Is my sound working on the deck?
I've been enjoying my life. I should have been my time.
UCKG.
I have to get all of my time to the stand up feet.
A unity
I've been streaming for too long.
Can
Can you all hear? Because I can't
Okay,
hear.
been for a number of years now.
I don't know why.
It says on the front that it's suffering.
Daily.
So yeah, I hope everyone enjoys this stream and can stand for what these protesters stand for.
So if you all can't hear it, then I will take this off and we'll just go with the other video.
You don't care. You don't care. And you refuse to apologize. You don't.
So that I've been given
People who in the sort of like kind of top of the church, accountability is not persecution. About big child.
everyone should see that. Hello to whoever's joining me. Welcome. A couple of people. Let me put my
You should be ashamed of yourself. Did you see them laughing? Did you see them laughing? And they say they care about food. They say they care about food. You don't care about our food. You don't apologize. You don't have accountability. You guys don't care about food. But where's food? And this is your chat and your love. Can you guys see? Can you guys see the stuff?
Right, maybe I'll just say that because no one's saying anything to me, but because I can't hear anything, so I'm worried that you guys can't hear anything. Sorry, my studio's been really slow on me. Right, so let's go to this video.
Why don't you
This is
shout?
where I picked up.
Let them live only set up in the hood? Why do you only set up in minority areas? You den of thieves. You den of thieves. You only set up shop where there's vulnerable people. Shame on you, UCKG. Why is there no branch in posh areas? Where's UCKG Knightsbridge? Where is it? Where's UCKG Chelsea? Well, guess what I do see? I see UCKG Croydon, UCKG Brixton, UCKG Hackney, UCKG Finsbury Park. But where's UCKG Chelsea? It exists. Communities. That's why they don't open up their den of thieves in areas. Because they know that if you get a vulnerable person and tell them that if they put enough ultra thieves, they may get a miracle. You sell vulnerable people dreams. In a minute, you have your little testimony of people that did things and then somehow received a miracle. It's lies. It's lies. You keep people on a hamster wheel. You're not allowed to be content in the UCKG. You're not allowed to be happy in the UCKG Help Center. They are a general. UCKG, your time is up. Your time is up.
UCKG is a registered charity. You don't help people, you make them worse. You abuse people, you exploit them financially, mentally and physically. You make them to be nothing. You make them scared to leave. You took away, you don't take account for everything that you've done. Accountability is not persecution.
Accountability is not persecution.
Your time is up, UCKG. You have destroyed people's young people in there. There should be spent families, but they're doing labour for free for you. They're folding newspapers, stamping leaflets, when they should be at home, when they should be enjoying their lives. You are taking their youth away from them. Face us and apologise. You need to take account for everything that you've done. UCKG, your time is up.
UCKG, your time is up.
UCKG, your time is up.
Your time is up.
Your time is up.
Your time is up. UCKG, your time is up. UCKG, your time is up. UCKG, your time is up.
Time's up. UCKG, your time's up.
Your time is so up. You thought you can get away with your wickedness all of these years. You thought that you brainwashing for an despicable organization, and we condemn you for it. We condemn you for the abuse of vulnerable people. You target people when they're at their lowest, and you brainwash them. Your ideology is madness, absolute madness. You tell people that if they don't surrender 10% of their income, they're cursed. You liars! Give it to you rather than taking that 10% to feed their children. You would rather take food from children's mouths than actually give up that percent. You selfish, despicable organization. Shame on you. Shame on you. You cause a everywhere you go. From Malaysia, from Sweden, from America, from Brazil.
Yeah, there was no peace around anywhere there. Sort of had some red high, but there was people up there.
Malaysia, people in India, people in Italy, people in South Africa. Shout out to my brothers in Africa who's trying to speak their truth. But you know why they can't? Because this organization's tried to silence
your time's up.
UCKG, your time's up.
UCKG, your time is up. UCKG, your time is up. For my brothers and sisters in Brazil, who the UCKG has a chokehold on. My brothers and sisters in Brazil, every time you see Record TV, you see that greedy monsters page. You open your newspaper and you're confronted with the UCKG again. You don't have the pure truth. What we do. So to my people, my brothers and sisters in Brazil, who's been silenced by this den of thieves, we try to do. UCKG, your time is up. 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 All our brothers and sisters around the world who've been silenced by this cult. By the Satan factory. UCKG is gonna lose their grip in your country. See how we're in demonstrating outside of their headquarters, outside of their den of thieves. One day you'll get the freedom to do this, and you have the UCKG. You're gonna lock down the UCKG in your country. You're gonna stand in front of headquarters where you are, and you're gonna hold them to account. But until we get them, take straight here and we shut them down on a Saturday. UCKG.
Being down.
Your time is up. UCKG, your time is up. UCKG, your time is up. On behalf of everyone who's been silenced by the universal, who got shut down from releasing stories about the UCKG, the flows of the UCKG, who weren't able to talk their truth. For all of the survivors of the UCKG who feel that they don't have a voice, we will speak for you because we know what happens behind those doors. We know the brainwashing. We know the coercion. We know the thing. We will speak for you. They try to keep it quiet. They twist themselves.
They have
but
disconnected
truth comes
them as
right
well.
back around. And
Threaten that they will follow
organization, this cult, this brain jittery, they're not nose closed permanently. That's when the UCKG's gonna know peace. When they close, when they're no longer when they no longer have access to vulnerable people, then they might get some relief. But until then, we won't stop holding this cult to account. People of Finsbury Park, who live on your high street, did you know that this building is a cult? The UCKG is a cult. They brainwash people. They coerce money from people. They physically abuse people in this place. They rip families apart. They are an absolute plague on the community. And we will dying. They thought that this movement would run out of steam. When every passing day we get reminded what we have to hold them to account. Every week I get messages from people saying they're terrified. But they're scared to leave because they don't want to be harassed. They don't want to receive the text messages. They don't want to receive the DM. They don't want these kind of
young people.
They can't get those kind of messages. If you give this, they know thieves your contact details. They will have you. They will call you. They will message you. They will turn up at your house. They will email you. Harassing people.
Please don't pass. Please don't pass.
Your time is up. Your time is up. UCKG. Your time is up.
Your time's up. Even had a punch on them before
Your time is up.
they didn't last protest.
Shut down, and they're in their house.
And these buildings,
waffling.
when they just recruited lead, that's where this Victoria
They don't need security. Us. Last time an assistant or UCKG survivor in her face, you guys saw. You guys seen the bruise. They don't need security for us. We're not the violent ones. They're the violent ones. They're the ones, the sisters who punched in their faces. You guys seen the images of them grabbing up people. I got young black girls in our community saying how they have their hair dragged by pastors of place. They don't need security for us. We ain't the violent ones. So that's an insult. That is an insult.
Absolutely. You can see their shutters. Apparently they have like a soup kitchen for homeless and things, which you know, they're using people that can't feed themselves to run that. There we go, and then that is so yeah, so I hope that you could all actually hear those properly, because it was really lagging for me. And yeah, I don't know what was with that first video. Clearly that didn't even record with sound, so that was a good thing that that didn't fully go live the whole way. But yeah, there's like 4 of you still watching, so I hope that sounded okay. Please do let me know, because I'll do something else, like maybe just sort of kind of mix this and the actual video together afterwards, because I want it to be, you know, sort of like looking as good as properly as possible, so that when people kind of come across it in kind of future, it is a worthwhile video. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on it afterwards, but yeah, like I say, you want to go to, just see if it's on their Instagram page. Yeah, on their link tree, they've probably got it. Yeah, so you want to go to the charity complaints. What have they got? Yeah, there's been a bunch of like sort of BBC articles about it and things. Yeah, different things. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. So there, because yeah, there is currently a an inquiry into this Victoria Klim. I feel like I said it so well earlier. Kalimbe. But obviously, you know, it needs to be more than an inquiry, because the inquiry doesn't is just sort of a report at the end of the day. Whereas there needs to be like a whole change of how these churches and, you know, any kind of anyone came in to be a charity. There needs to be more sort of regulations around it, basically. And yeah, let me seem to have a maybe it's on that one. It doesn't seem to be. Oh, it's just support. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a. Oh, here we go. It's a petition. It doesn't seem to be a link for the charity commission. So I will get that, and I will put that in the show notes or description. But yeah, there is. They've got a petition going. So if you go onto their Instagram, let me show that one again. Share screen. Oh, actually, let me, instead of doing that, let me put it in the, so you can just click on it. So that's their Instagram page. Yeah, and they've got a petition to sign to get a statutory inquiry made. But yeah, also by putting these complaints into the charity commission about them as a charity, that will also be, you know, sort of go to kind of creating more regulations and things like that, which, you know, sort of I really think is something that needs to be doing, because, you know, it's what I'm having trouble with, finding a way to sort of get my pay forward, sewing lessons sort of secured, is because I don't have enough experience of vetting people, or you know, sort of I would like an outside source to sort of vet people, that then that sort of money goes towards me teaching people in that sort of who are like vulnerable, sort of financially vulnerable, and yeah, could use the skills basically. But then I also have issues with finding the right place to use sort of in that kind of way, sort of a charity or whatever, because I want to know that they have like pure intentions. So yeah, so it's kind of something that I am very sort of big on personally, is kind of accountability and being like sort of like kind of true to their word as such, you know, sort of like doing these things in the right way, because I would hate for people to obviously give money towards this to me as an organisation, and it go towards sort of people who, even if they saved up, you know, that they can still pay for it for themselves. Like, so I've had people before come to me in my classes and be like, oh, you know, what if I paid you like, you know, sort of like £30 an hour is a lot, so can I pay you £30 for 3 hours? And, you know, sort of, and at the end of the day, I have my classes for third parties, And you know, so I sort of like said to them, like, so after all that their fees, I'd be getting like sort of £5 an hour, if that, really. So yeah, so you know, it's sort of, no, I can't do that, because you know, my skills are worth a lot more. But equally, I want to be sort of kind of doing my bit to sort of give back to people. But it's sort of when it's just someone tried to get something on the cheap or on the sly, that's when I kind of don't, it kind of try to not engage with those sort of people. So yeah, but like sort of true, like people that like truly deserve sort of being given some skills, like that's you know, I want to find them people. But yeah, just have issues with how to probably go about that. Anyway, I'm now rambling about my own stuff when this is about yeah, survivors of yet again another cult. And I don't know if you could quite hear it on there, but when I was there, Rachel was calling it a cult. You know, and I think it's very, I know sort of like last week's protest, it was a bit of a thing to like not calling them a cult, but I sort of think it is valid too, you know, sort of because they are, you know, like, because they're not a church, you know, they're not doing good things, they're abusing people, and you know, so then like that isn't what a church should stand for. So you know, so therefore I don't think they deserve that name. And obviously not that we were calling it a church instead of calling it a cult last week, but you know, it's just that thing of, I think when people kind of called it that, I think that's very valid, because you know, they are a very hateful organisation, and the same with yesterday's. So yeah, you know, like sort of if they're going to cause hate on others, then you know, sort of there should be no issue with kind of classing them as a cult, basically. Thank you very much, Maya. You get that. I hope that it sounded alright, by the way. No one's commented, so maybe it did. I'm just very conscious. I don't know what's only been like recently that the internet's been going a bit like not always the best, but also I don't know if there is something with like the number of tabs that I have open as to why my videos look like they lag to me. But yeah, whether that's just that they look like that to me, yet they're like fine for everyone else. Because my intro does it as well, but like no one ever says anything about the intro being bad. So yeah, I hope that's alright. Whereas my mic is my camera mic, because for whatever reason this one isn't hooking up to it. So I hope you can hear me. No, sorry. I was meaning the video looked alright to everyone, because to me it was jumping and all that. You couldn't always hear her talking. Yeah, so I just want to know that like sort of the message has gotten across from what was being said on the video, because she Rachel was saying a lot of sort of obviously good things and very personal things to her of what. Oh, my sound is low. Sorry, that will be because I'm talking quietly. Is it too low? Oh, I do apologise. It's because I'm used to using that one now, and I don't like to sort of talk too loud because obviously my housemates are in. So yeah, so I hope that you can hear me okay if I'm low. I do apologise. Yeah, there's no way of me turning that one up. Well, actually, there's not even any way of me turning up the other one, but at least I suppose that's closer to my face. So So yeah, so I think that's kind of all that I'll say on that, if like no one else has got anything to add since. And yeah, and I will put the link to the charities commission in the bio, literally like as soon as I've finished this. So if everyone wants to go and yeah, sort of contact them and just, you know, say that you're not happy with how things are going. Yeah, indeed, blame it on the tech. Obviously, my life is blaming things on the tech. I'm not tech savvy. And yeah, contact them and sort of yeah, like make them aware that you're not happy with what's with sort of this organisation being a charity, when it clearly, you know, sort of is being very fake in the charity work that it supposedly does. Like I say, they claim to do a lot for the homeless and things like that, yet they are taking the most vulnerable people from these parts of the city and then around the world where they have buildings as well, and they use them like as a workforce, and obviously don't pay them because they're volunteers, and yeah, like, and they don't obviously get fed very well and things like that. Like I say, they do these exorcisms apparently every Friday, because that's what obviously these people that were at the protest, they had witnessed that because they'd been in for many years, and obviously doing exorcisms on people is not it's like not a practice that should be done. Basically, it's meant to be banned. She sort of, in my, so annoyed that the first one didn't play, because in that she sort of talks about that a bit more. So yeah, sort of that is like against the law, basically. It should be a practice that should be done, and definitely not for a charity, for an organisation that calls itself a charity. Yeah, and you know, sort of like, so they're now I'm lagging. Yeah, see, yeah, it's got my internet slow there. Right, that's fine. I will cut this short because I'm just sort of going back over things now. But yeah, I hope that, like, yeah, like I said, I hope the rest of this video has not been bad for everyone. I think I'll go back and have a check of it tomorrow, probably when the internet's looking a bit better. And then I will sort out something else if it is looking really bad. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining. I hope that everyone has liked the stream. Do subscribe to my channel if you're sort of partially interested in this, in sort of standing up for people's people that are being in abuse, standing against abusers and for survivors, and also if you're interested in anything sewing, garment making related, and the dark side of fashion, as I've been doing with Witness. So yeah, so do subscribe, and then, like, oh gosh, sorry, I'm getting tired now. Like I say, you can pay it forward, pay for sewing lesson forward, buy me a cup of tea, or you can pay to fund my StreamYard, so that I don't have to have the wonderful duck emoji up there. But that isn't a must, it's just if you would wish. Also, I am 12 away from 200 at last count. So all the subscribers are very welcome, and new subscribers are very welcome. And yeah, I'm trying to think of, I was gonna like do it 200, but maybe not. But maybe I will do it at 200 because I was like, oh, like maybe I'll literally do it at like 500, which 500 subscribers. But I need to get like a lot more watch hours. So really like the watch hours is what I need everyone to do. I have a watch party playlist, so you can just like have that running overnight, if you don't mind. But I think it must pick up when people actually watch it, because yeah, it's like weird. It's like sort of for ages it was like loads of people said that, you know, sort of like people would be in the chat and things, yet the watch hours wasn't going up very much at all. So yeah, I wonder if like it literally like counts like when your eyes are on it. I don't really get, but obviously, you know, everything has a camera, so they're watching. Oh god, sorry. They're watching you somehow. And what else was I going to say with that? Yeah, so please watch the watch parties if you don't mind, to bring that up, because the watch hours is what I really need. But yeah, so potentially at 200 subscribers, if everyone is up for it, I'll put up a community post about it as well. I will do a stream and do a, you know, we'll have a bit of a sort of pay it forward kind of stream, because I'm thinking I will do a donation of yeah, I'll kind of like, because I've got like a bit that has kind of built up from my business anyway, over the past year, because I was doing it monthly, and it's just like it ends up costing me a lot, because it was like £30 a month I was paying to be part of this buy one give one, because then that covers all like the fees for the, you know, sort of like card fees and things, so that then the projects don't have to take that off. So then 100% of your money goes to the project. But then I was like paying this like £30 a month, which you know, when I'm still coming out of things from lockdown, although I'm doing very well with business, you know, £30 is quite a lot to be paying out on top of everything else I pay out as a business. So I'm kind of going back to just doing it yearly. I might do it like sort of every 6 months or kind of quarter yearly, but because I would like to do it more than just once a year. But yeah, so it's not quite sort of working out to do it monthly. Anyway, so yeah, so I might do a 200 subscriber stream, but then maybe I'll leave it until sort of like the 500. So we will see. But yeah, I'm not likely to get 500 before Christmas. So, but I would like to do it before like by December really. So we will see. Maybe I'll do a 300 one. But yeah, in December I would like to do that anyway. So yeah, so that would be great. And yeah, so sorry, that's what I was going to say. So in that stream, I will do a thing where like everyone can sort of choose a project that we pay towards, and that will be like my YouTube sort of buy one give one project that I will sort of pay towards, because with everything else that I have, all my other classes and alterations and things that I do, when people pay for a service, then like £1 of that goes towards a particular project. So I have that all like set up. So, but it would be nice to do one for YouTube itself. So yeah. But anyway, enough of me rambling on. See you all later. Thank you all. Thank you, Jen. Thank you ever so much. Like I say, I'm like super paranoid that video even went very well. So I do hope that it did. I hope it wasn't too laggy. And see you later.